you. I appreciate it.
I wanted to ask, you had a lot.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Dallas Mavericks at American Airlines Center. Well, for the Mavericks, with a record of 3-7 over their last 10 games, they have been struggling. Wins hard to come by. We'll see if they can grab one tonight. And in this next one, two intelligent, grizzled rosters going toe-to-toe. Shaq,
Not
with
grizzly
sound effects
roster.
like that, and two veteran
Grizzled.
teams like this that know the lay of the land. What do you expect to see tonight?
Well, patience, working for the shots that you really want. Two teams that tend to value each possession. That's the Grizzly sound, Ernie.
It's
Oh,
grizzled.
grizzly
not-
sound.
You said Grizzly.
He said grizzled.
Oh,
Because of a
grizzled.
couple of grizzled rosters.
Okay, grizzled cheese sandwich. Okay, I got
Grizzled cheese, yeah.
it. Got it. Sorry about that.
Okay.
For grizzled.
But you got to have good fundamentals, Ernie. That's really big. And experience in crunch time. Guys who've been in a position before, they relax. They take great shots. They don't get nervous. That's what I always like.
Yeah, me too. Hey, I got a quick joke for you guys.
Oh, my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. You know why Snoop carries an umbrella?
Why?
For drizzle. Here's Kevin Harlan.
For drizzle.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
Welcome, everyone, to Noche and a Beyond. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. For the Dallas Mavericks, they won their last contest, that game against Denver.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
Zador's coming down the stretch here. A few teams clearly out of the playoffs. Despite their disappointment, what can they do to build confidence going into next year?
Well, I'm a big believer in that adage, you can't skip steps, and professionalism is required every day regardless of record. And so you build things by the small decisions you make every day. When you step between the lines, you work hard or you don't.
Ooh!
Oh, my God.
That's how you attack. Wow.
How'd he do that? Wow, what a creative display by Harrison Barnes. In your face. Take that.
Simmons on the wing. Outside, Green. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul.
And that's a quick foul for him there. Looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
Harrison kicks to Green. Passes it to Harrison. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Knocked away. Powell with the steal. Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone. That one goes. Count it.
You just love how Matthews distributes the ball, easily finding his teammates for open looks.
Harrison kicks to Green. It's Brooks on the wing. Offensive rebound. Barnes dishes to Matthews. Back to Barnes. Puts it up from 12. That one's not going to go. Nice D from Brooks. Simmons inside the line. That one a little long.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Over in the corner, Green. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Green's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Nice D from Brooks.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
And Barnes comes to help. The dish to Green. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, they're simply having trouble getting their legs underneath them, right? They're just 1 for 5 to start things off.
Good work there as it goes. Powell's got his first points of the night.
I'll tell you, Kevin, you have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
And Simmons kicks to Gasol. Doubled by Smith. Brooks the pass to Gasol. The 3. Mavericks with the rebound. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies and came away with a win.
Yeah, a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
Yeah, I don't think they win without the productivity they got from their bench. That made the difference.
Goes up the baseline, and that's collected by Nowitzki.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
I'm not sure, Greg, there's a player who better fits the description of a grinder than Wes Matthews.
Yeah, so tough, too. I mean, mentally and physically. He talks about inflicting his personality on the team, and he truly is what I'd call a culture builder.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Boy, when you consider the last 2 decades of winning in the Dirk Nowitzki era that was capped off with the 2011 championship, one where they were the underdog, it really was an incredible run of success.
Both free throws good from Matthews. And for Nowitzki, Carlisle, and the veteran Mavericks. A relief to have that ring, but do you think, Doris, they wonder what might have been? Could they have captured more?
Well, they've had tremendous success, and I'm sure every organization, there's things you look back on and wonder. Remember, Dallas let Steve Nash go. He then went on to win multiple MVPs in Phoenix. So what would he and Dirk have been able to accomplish with more time together? We'll never know.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
The Grizzlies trail by 11. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
Well, certainly it wasn't their best night shooting the basketball. What you have to do is now put it aside and get focused for the next one.
And Dwight Powell played all 4 seasons at Stanford for the Cardinal. Still filling out his frame.
He is, and you know, the knock on Powell was that he wasn't tough enough to battle inside at this level. But guy is a worker, basically sleeping in the gym, and with his length and athleticism, he's starting to figure it out. Let's take a a moment to check out the stats for Green. He's been more than solid over the last month, averaging about 11 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. And getting a perspective on the offensive tendencies here since the All-Star break, we've got a breakdown showing the average three-point attempts versus two-point shot attempts per game since the midway point of the season for Dallas.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
Mavericks leading by 11. That's good from Barnes on the assist by Smith. 8 points for Harrison Barnes.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
Here's Smith. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Denver. Here's Barnes. Here's Powell. And good work on the boards. They pick up a second chance points. Powell's got his third basket of the night. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Harrison kicks to Gasol. There's the pass to Harrison. Brooks with no one around. And the three off target.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been his best quarter, but we know he won't get discouraged. This guy will keep grinding.
Here's Powell. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Powell's got 8 points.
Yeah, second chance points, a huge issue right now. They're getting steamrolled inside.
Pass to Harrison. The feed to Brooks. Pass to Harrison from past the arc. That one doesn't drop. Now Dallas takes it the other way. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And when Barnes is being this aggressive, taking it up this strong, the entire attitude of this offense changes.
Well, how about Harrison Barnes, a starter on the championship Warriors team in 2015, part of that amazing 73-win team in 2016, but he had a secondary role on that team. Now one of the go-to guys.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And with the Warriors' pursuit of Kevin Durant, Barnes was the odd man outdoors. He did all right, though, a 4-year max deal in Dallas.
Well, what you love is he never complained about his role when he was with Golden State, and he's embraced the challenge with the Dallas Mavericks. There's a lot riding on his shoulders with this organization. They need this guy to grow into a star.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
The 7th overall selection back in 2012, Barnes was taken 1 pick after Dame Lillard, 2 picks before Andre Drummond. Incredible draft class.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
And Barnes comes to help. And stolen by Barnes.
And thought that pass was going to get through, but no. All of a sudden, he was going the other way with the basketball. Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
The Grizzlies trail by 18. On the wing, Green. And just miss after miss right now. Green's gone 1 of 3 on the night. The drive by Barnes. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies for just a minute. As far as the key factor in this game, he said defense is the focus. He said our shot blocking anchors us inside. It's something we can count on. Of course, the rest of our defensive execution is just as important. They have to be in total lockdown mode defensively tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Not too surprising that he wants to see him sharp at the defensive end right from the opening tip.
And, you know, they have the ability to control a game with their D, but they have to be aggressive and send that message right away.
I do believe, Greg, this team has an intimidation factor working in their favor because of the level of defense that they play. And if the stops start adding up in the first half, that factor starts to weigh on the opponent's mind.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Boy, you look back on the signing, guys, of Wesley Matthews in Dallas. 4 years, $70 million for a player coming off an Achilles tear. This is an injury that has ruined many a career. That was a huge gamble for the Mavericks.
And Matthews coming back from the Achilles tear to start opening night less than 8 months later. Such an accomplishment. Mind over matter.
No, it really is. And still working to get back to the level he showed before the injury. But I love his passion for the game and the thirst for greatness. Don't bet against Mr. Matthews.
The Mavericks will go for a different look here. Measury, he's checked in for Nowitzki. McDermott comes in for Barnes. Yogi Ferrell's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Smith. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Martin's checked in for Jermichael Green. Parsons comes in for Brooks. Then McLemore, he's checked in for Harrison. And it's Chalmers in for Simmons. Parsons dishes to Martin. McLemore, the pass to Parsons. 6 on the shot clock.
And how about the interior defense here early on? They have really shut down the middle.
Here's Measury. It's rebounded by Memphis. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That is his first foul of the game. The Grizzlies trail by 20. And Chalmers kicks to McLemore. Martin dishes to Gasol. Chalmers passes to Parsons. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Martin wide open. He fires.
And they've had chances to score inside, just unable to convert.
Nice shot by McDermott.
That's the in-between game of Doug McDermott on display. He continues to get better with that over time.
And here is Chalmers. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
One shot behind the legs.
Free throw good. Parsons. Doris, so much offense is perimeter generated right now. What, if anything, could get us back to running more plays, say, through the post?
Do you think we could reinvent Hakeem Olajuwon or perhaps Patrick Ewing or Bill
wish we
Russell?
could. I wish we could.
Because I know this.
Good point.
Every time I walk by a pickup game on the outside, you see guys sprinting to the three-point line and looking to be Steph Curry.
I know.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Howell's gone a perfect 6 of 6 shooting. And Chalmers kicks to Martin. Nobody near Parsons. They get it back. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. And Chalmers kicks to Martin. McLemore dishes to Gasol. Shoots over Mejri.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key. And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
To the middle. Here's Martin. It's tipped. And the dunk by Powell.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin, on this trip. They can't continue to come up empty.
Gasol kicks to Martin. And here's Chalmers for three. The shot comes out, so the Mavericks will take it the other way. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Marc Gasol. He's putting up about 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
And continuity is one thing that lends itself to winning. You see that in Memphis, that their key players in Gasol and Conley, these guys are all getting it done.
And so he hits both. And the challenge for the Grizzlies has been finding that 4th or 5th star caliber player, Greg, to push them over the top.
And they've needed a two-way terror on the wing for the longest time here. None of their draft picks or free agent signings have really broken through. And that's what it's going to take if they want to break through in the West.
Farrell gets the bucket.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And here are the Grizzlies now. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Takes it out to Parsons. Buries it from three-point range. Parsons got 6.
That stroke is just so effortless from the deep ball. Parsons with an easy motion.
Again, the Mavericks score.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Barea against Chalmers. Memphis moving that ball around. Outside, Martin. He feeds it to McLemore. And it's off from three-point range. Pass to Farrell. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Yogi Ferrell, undrafted out of Indiana, parlayed a strong 10-day performance contract with the Mavericks last season into a 2-year deal.
And how about in his first game with the Mavs, he starts and leads them to their first victory in San Antonio since 2011. And what does he do for an encore? Just drop 32 on Portland, including a rookie record 9 threes. That's what you call doing work.
The first free throw is good. And you wonder about the future direction of the Mavs. I had heard their European scouts were very keen on a young, unknown prospect back in 2013 by the name of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Wow, what might have been, Kev. Giannis could have been their Kawhi Leonard to build around. Instead, the Mavs traded back in the draft to free up cap space, a definite do-over if such a thing ever existed.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. Here's Mejri. No good on that one. Some solid defense from Gasol. There's 37 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Three-pointer, Martin. Mavericks with the rebound. Now Noel. 8 points his last outing. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Here's Parsons. It's rebounded by Farrell. Farrell's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Mejri. Gasol with the rebound.
Boy, great job protecting the rim and turning an easy layup into a missed opportunity.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Back right after this. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
I mean, so far they're not settling for outside shots, really attacking the paint.
I think that's what you've got to do, right? If the looks on the interior are there, you have got to attack.
Here's Dallas, so on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. They've got McLemore. Martin is out there with Chandler Parsons. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Chalmers in at the point guard position. The offensive rebound.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And for Memphis, they're shooting only 21% from the field so far. Outside Gasol. Dishes it to Parsons. Back to Gasol. Puts one up from 19. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons.
Well, just always keeping his head up. Parsons finds a wide-open teammate.
Here's Noel. Great D that time from Martin.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Feeds to McLemore. Beyond the arc. No good there. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Noel. It's rebounded by McLemore.
I don't think the defense is much of a factor there. He just botches the finish.
Wasted no time on that one. That's now 8 points for Chandler Parsons.
That's just easy with that size for Parsons to carve up the defense from mid-range.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Martin the screen. Here's Chalmers. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Chalmers has got his first 2 points of the night.
Perfect example of how to set a great screen. Set your feet, stand firm.
Well, how about Salah Mejri, the first ever player from the NBA out of Tunisia? 7'2" shot blocker with extensive playing experience overseas.
The Mavericks have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. And speaking of Mejri's international experience, he was a 29-year-old rookie in 2015.
Right, Mejri is a guy, it took him a while to make his way to the NBA, but he has shown he belongs. Guy's pretty mobile for his size, a really solid rebounder, good rim runner off the pick and roll. Lot to like about him.
Dallas making a switch here. Matthews is checked in. And the second free throw, good. Now here's Simmons. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. It's Brooks on the wing. Outside, Green. And the rejection by Noel.
We know Noel is a superb shot blocker. It may be his best attribute, Kevin.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. A different look for Dallas. Barnes comes in for Mejri. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. And Noel throws it down.
And that's an example of his athleticism, right? Nerlens Noel, the ability to leap up and ram it home.
The Grizzlies shooting just 26% out there, a terrible showing from an offense capable of much better. Green lays it up off the glass. Green's got 5 points so far.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
In the corner, Parsons with it. Off target with his three.
Well, I'll tell you, still looking for that first three of the second quarter. He had one to open this game in the first.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Brooks, the pass to Green. McDermott with the steal. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And that's 20 points for Barnes.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Kicks it to Green. A three-pointer is right on target. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Basket counts, and it's now 22 points for Barnes.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
In the corner, Parsons with it. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Right. I mean, that's solid defense. At the very least, you like seeing them muck it up and make things difficult.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. Here's Barnes. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Boy, that's another basket for Barnes. How about this aggressiveness tonight, earning every penny of that max steal?
And stolen by Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And Simmons kicks to Green. On the wing, Brooks. He tries for 3, buries the long-range jumper. Brooks has got 8.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Here's Matthews. No good that time. Parsons with some nice D. And Barnes comes to help. Green, the pass to Harrison. Memphis moving it around. Parsons dishes to Green. Green draws the double. And a wide open look for Simmons. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Matthews goes in. It's rebounded by Memphis. Harrison kicks to Brooks. Trying to find Parsons and gets it to him.
And Dirk has always been a bit underrated defensively. Superb length to contest and block shots.
Outside, Simmons. Tipped away. And Parsons kicks to Simmons. Simmons missing again. Now the Mavericks with it. Here's Barnes. Second shot opportunity, and Noel lays it up and in. Noel's got 6 here in this quarter.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Here's Harrison. He's covered by Matthews. Parsons for 3. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And no doubt Smith has the vision. When one of his guys has a clean look, he's quick to get the ball to them.
Harrison kicks to Green. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's his first foul. They double him with Matthews. A 3 from Simmons.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
Simmons missing again. Matthews goes in, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. 8 points for Wesley Matthews.
You have to respect the quickness of Matthews charging into the lane.
Harrison kicks to Brooks. And Barnes comes to help, and there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's foul number 2 for him. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And I'll tell you what, age ain't nothing but a number when you talk about the impact of Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, with his size and shooting touch, he creates so many openings for himself and his teammates offensively.
And Nowitzki's turnaround, an unblockable shot when he's hitting. Greg, he's unguardable.
And even though he's lost a little lift in the legs, he's worked hard to kind of quicken his release. And just another tweak for a guy who's made a career of adding layers to his Hall of Fame game.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Powell's checked in. And now it's time to look at our rookie leaderboard and see which of the first-year players are tops in assists during the last month. Second, Dennis Smith.
And he's been setting the table beautifully. I mean, that'll keep his veteran teammates really happy.
Matthews goes in. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
The defense surrounding Matthews, he doesn't care. Just looks so comfortable inside.
Matthews with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular. And with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Doris, the league would prefer that players stay in college a minimum of 2 years before entering the draft. Others have countered with straight out of high school in that approach. Which way do you lean?
I would say I would lean to allow these young men, if they're prepared and have the talent and ability to go straight from high school to the league, they should have that opportunity. We don't put restrictions on any other field of endeavor. If you're a great musician, you can go to New York City and make a living in an orchestra on Broadway. To me, if you're capable, you should be allowed the opportunity. This is America. We are a land of opportunity.
And it's Matthews with the jam.
Kev, how about the hops of Matthews easily skying for that finish?
And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Simmons passes to Green. Green draws the double. Matthews with the steal. And Matthews throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he'd read the play.
Matthews with the steal. And Nowitzki gets it to go down on the assist by Matthews. Nowitzki's got 6.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Powell with the steal. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
What's amazing is, in afterthought, in the Rajon Rondo trade back in 2014, Dwight Powell has showed himself to be a pretty good player in Dallas. You know, they signed this athletic big man to a long-term contract to keep him around.
And Memphis making a change here. Marc Gasol is checked in for Green. Jarrell Martin comes in for Chandler Parsons. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Brooks. And it's Chalmers in for Simmons. Free throw, good. Matthews. And Dwight Powell, the 45th pick in the 2014 draft, and traded Doris 3 times in just the first 2 months of his rookie season.
It had to be a whirlwind, Kev, and in this day and age, does it come as any surprise when he got traded to Dallas, a friend told him about it because the friend had seen it on social media. I wouldn't call it red carpet, but he's arrived nonetheless.
And so here's Memphis. Harrison kicks to Chalmers. Matthews with the steal. And here we go, the Mavericks on a fast break. Nowitzki leading the charge.
Well, that's definite contact on that drive. Barnes with the wiry strength to play through it.
Chalmers with it. Outside Gasol. He dishes it to McLemore. Over Nowitzki. That's short off the rim.
I'd say that's been the story of this guy's night. He can't get anything to fall.
Offensive rebound. Smith's shot is good. Smith's got his first basket of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Left side Gasol. Out to the right wing. Now here's McLemore outside. Memphis the rebound. Powell with the steal. Barnes with it. Now defended by McLemore. It's deflected. Here's Powell. There he goes again. That's his 9th straight basket. He's a perfect 9 for 9.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Gasol, and that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. And it's 6 points for Marc Gasol.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have. They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And that one's good, Harrison.
You know, I think the defense is thinking, I don't have to guard him on the line, but that's just a matter of whether he could knock it down, and he does.
Here's Powell. Smith left side. Another shot, and no problem from Powell as he finishes at the rim. Powell's got 4 this quarter.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
Gasol dishes to McLemore. The 19-foot shot, and there's Gasol. That's good on the assist from McLemore. And it's 8 points for Marc Gasol.
I tell you, get the feeling he's only going to get better as this game wears on. That first quarter was good. His second quarter has been great.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Third foul of the half, and that's the risk you take leaving him out there.
Yogi Ferrell's checked in for Dallas. Correa comes in for Smith. Here's Harrison. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Powell inside, defended by Gasol. There's the dish to Powell. Nowitzki outside. He kicks to Matthews. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 3 assists tonight.
Nowitzki just so unselfish. When he sees a teammate wide open, doesn't take long to zip that pass right in the pocket.
Harrison Barnes getting it done for the Dallas Mavericks. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Harrison, a big first half for you offensively. How did you get loose?
My teammates just been finding me. I've just been trying to just run hard, make good backdoor cuts, run in transition, and give me good looks.
You have not stopped moving at all, and it's led to good results. Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
Harrison Barnes was the man in the first. He had 30 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, what you see with Harrison Barnes right now is he's in a good situation. Shot well, finished strong throughout the first half. He also created for himself a little bit. This is a role he was born to play.
Shaq, your take on Memphis.
Well, there's no wonder they're getting blown out. No energy, no fight in the rebound battle. Ernie, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up starting now, or it's going to be impossible to come back. Like the Pythagorean theorem, times 50, times 100, times 50, times 10. Impossible to figure out, Ernie.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
The skyline of Dallas illuminating the night sky as we welcome you back to the Lone Star State. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. And you know, Harrison Barnes has really been making it happen, guys.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
Doris, we're always talking about players developing their skill sets. What do you think is the hardest skill to develop as a broadcaster?
I think for me, the hardest skill to learn was to learn how to relax, to have fun, to not be anything but your most authentic self, because I think the viewer picks up on it. If you're forcing things, if you're trying to be another broadcaster that perhaps you like to emulate. So I'd say that was the hardest thing.
I always say broadcasting a basketball game is like a running conversation between two people because there's so much scoring and the rhythm and the flow of the game just lend itself to that.
At its best, you're 100% correct.
Matthews and Barnes, they're the wings. Powell is out there with Nowitzki, and it's Smith in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Harrison. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Here's Nowitzki. Inside, Barnes. He used that pick to get in close. Barnes has got 32 points in the game.
Kevin, he's just able to score from anywhere on the floor, but Barnes loves that high percentage area.
Outside, Green. A 3-ball. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Barnes with it. He's picked up by Brooks, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. There's the call. Memphis gets the foul.
Two shot.
And he knocks down the first one. Both good from the line that time. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Simmons, and it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That will get him his fourth foul of the game.
Boy, plenty of time left in the clock. He needs to keep his poise. That's his fourth foul now.
Here's Harrison. Poked away. A drive by Barnes. He gets that one. Barnes has got 36.
Yeah, just take the hit, maintain your focus. Nice scoring finish by Barnes.
Harrison passes to Simmons. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Now the feed to Brooks. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 4 assists in the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Nowitzki. Matthews, no one around him. Goes back up. And the shot is good from Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, you just have to love the heart of Nowitzki, hitting the glass hard, snagging those second chance buckets.
Gasol with it. Howell on him. And Simmons kicks to Harrison. Puts one up from 19. And it's Green. Missing. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Here's Barnes. Makes it off the glass. Barnes has got 38 points.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
Outside, Simmons. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Grizzlies have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
One shot.
And the technical free throw is good. Doris, back in college, you were named to the All-Big East team. What an honor. You've been a broadcaster for Big East games in college basketball. Any players from that conference who would say, in your opinion, are better pros than they were in college?
Well, I think Josh Hart from Villanova would be a player that I'm curious to see what level of effect he has at the NBA level. He's not a guy who's going to blow you away with his athleticism, but all he did at Villanova was win. He's got 1 national championship to his credit. He was an effective two-way player in the Big East. Does he translate to the pros? I can't wait to see.
And Doris, multiple years at the college game, too.
Kevin, I think that perception is changing. There was a time where if you were a 4-year college player, you were frowned upon in the NBA. I think because of the age and experience, GMs and coaches are now looking at those guys who spend multiple years in college in a vastly different and much more positive light.
Very interesting thought. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Harrison kicks to Gasol. And Green with the basket on the assist by Gasol. Gasol's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Barnes. Here's Powell. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Powell's got 22.
Well, Powell's low post game growing by leaps and bounds, does a great job getting around the defense.
Here's Gasol. Great look, but off the mark.
They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
Barnes can't get it to go, and out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for the Mavericks.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Memphis has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Brooks. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops. What a gorgeous move by Barnes. I'll tell you, you play him to just rise up and shoot, but he can also put it on the deck.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Here's Harrison. 11 points in the game. Shot clock at 6. And good that time. Gasol's got 11.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
Smith against Simmons. Powell cans the shot with nobody near him.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Grizzlies have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. And again, it's Marc Gasol. Gasol's got 5 points in the quarter.
Good job working the in-between area.
Yeah, I think if the defense is going to give that to him, he's got to take the opportunity. He uses his size and high release point on the jumper. Well, we all know that Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle is considered one of the best in the NBA in terms of his ability to X and O. He is outstanding at maximizing his players' strengths and putting them in positions to succeed.
The first free throw is good. And Carlisle last season selected by general managers as the coach who makes the best in-game adjustments in the league.
Well, think about this. He came in second to Greg Popovich in voting for best coach in the league overall. Everyone understands that in terms of X and O ability, Rick Carlisle is at the very top of the list. You will not find very often a more complete package in that position than Rick Carlisle.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And here is Simmons. There's the pick. And there's the pass to Brooks. In the corner, Parsons with it. 5 to shoot. Green, the screen. And Parsons is good for 3. Parsons got 17 now.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. And Simmons kicks to Brooks. Parsons outside. Memphis moving that ball around. No good from Simmons.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
And now here's a quick peek at the best rookie free throw shooters over the course of the past month. The free throw drops for Powell.
I think Powell is an exciting prospect, has a phenomenal understanding of the game. I think he'll make big improvements with time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Jarrell Martin's checked in for Green. McLemore has come in for Brooks. And it's Chalmers in for Simmons. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Memphis has gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Chalmers dishes to Gasol. Here's Martin. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Martin's got his first bucket in this one.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
I'll tell you, don't let the diminutive size fool you. This guy is not intimidated and can get his shot in the painted area.
McLemore, the pass to Gasol from 11 feet away and all around the rim that time before dropping in.
I love to see them pound it inside like that, not settling for the perimeter shot.
Nice shot by McDermott.
Well, McDermott is working on that interior game because he has size and touch.
Now Chalmers, pass to McLemore. Martin kicks to Chalmers. They set the pick. Martin the screen. Parsons for 3. And another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Now that's his game. Parsons, one of the league's best at catch and shoot.
Here's Mejri. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Mejri's got 5 points so far.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Chalmers against Barea, and there's the call on Mejri. That is his first foul of the game. Noel's checked in for Dwight Powell. And so here's Memphis. It's Martin on the wing. He's covered by Noel. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots a 3. And it's Martin missing. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become. Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
From deep, McLemore. The Mavericks pull it in. McDermott's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Mejri, and he banks in the layup. Mejri's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Boy, McDermott is so good playing within the confines of the offense. Terrific spreading the basketball around the floor.
Down low, back to Chalmers. Pass to McLemore. The shot by Martin. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Martin's got his 2nd basket of the night. Here's Noel. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Memphis has gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. And Nerlens Noel out of Kentucky, slender and mobile and long. And Greg, he can cover ground in a hurry.
Boy, and you can see it in his rate of steals to go along with the blocks. That quickness is a huge asset in today's game. It's all about versatility, both offensively and defensively.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
Looking at some numbers for Martin, how the second half of the season has shaped up for him. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
It's Martin on the wing. He feeds it to McLemore. Memphis moving it around. Gasol setting the pick for Chalmers. That's tipped. And they're pushing it up. Here's Mejri. But they'll get another chance.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
McLemore dishes to Chalmers. Martin the pass to Gasol. Feeds it to McLemore. That one falls. McLemore's got his second basket of the game.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
He gets it in there.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now, here's Chalmers. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. Take a look at the Mavericks. Their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. And, of course, Memphis, just a couple spots back.
You know, right now, Dallas, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
And with one eye already on the offseason, I would guess they start tinkering with lineups, different personnel combinations as this season wraps up. That way they can start forming a plan for the future.
And Parsons kicks to Gasol. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
And there aren't too many big men more dependable than Gasol. He's a skilled passer who can operate out of that high post, but also give you a little rim protection if you need it.
The Grizzlies shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Gasol drops 2. 1:02 left in the third quarter. And Noel throws it down hard.
What a remarkable vertical. Nerlens Noel demonstrating what a sensational athlete he is.
The Grizzlies shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point. Gasol with it. Picked up by Nowitzki. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Parsons. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Parsons.
And what a big-time game we've seen from him. He's been the one looking to create and get a shot each trip down the floor. Every time a shot falls, his confidence just grows and grows. Just an all-around tremendous offensive showing.
Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Noel throws it down.
Well, how nice is it to watch Noel get going on the offensive end? He's finding his spots quickly.
41 seconds left to play in the third. And the Grizzlies shooting 40% from the field. And that one is good. 17 points for Marc Gasol. The Mavericks shooting nearly 70% from the floor. They are putting on a clinic offensively. .32 seconds left in the third. McLemore dishes to Chalmers. In the corner, Parsons with it. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
And the Mavericks with possession. The baseline J. Nowitzki's shot is no good. Noel against Parsons. Knocked away. And stolen by Noel. And Nowitzki with a clear path to the basket. And Nowitzki with the stuff.
Wow, look at the way the big man Noel set up his guys, puts the pass in the perfect position, easy shot.
Harrison Barnes getting it done for Dallas. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. We'll return shortly. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, if we get a stop and a running opportunity, keep it going. The tempo's really good. Keep pushing the ball.
Rick Carlisle, wanting to make this a track meet, feels that may favor his team right now.
Well, he knows they have some momentum, and he wants to step on the gas pedal here because he knows how quickly that momentum can shift.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Chalmers is out there with Selden. And there's Davis. Then it's McLemore. And it's Martin in at the 4.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Selden, and McLemore kicks to Chalmers. Three-pointer, Martin. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And he dunks it down.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
That's a 2 from Martin. Again, Martin missing.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
Yeah, that's right. You said it. They don't find a way to switch it back on. They're in trouble.
Now here's McLemore. Defense is right there, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Bryce Johnson, he's checked in for Martin. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. 4 on the shot clock. And again, Memphis no good. For Dallas, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Now on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Doris, wearable body tracking, such as sensors that teams use to determine stress load on players' bodies, how much they run during a game, during a practice, how fast they're going. Are we taking this thing too far?
You know, it's an excellent question. Listen, technology is increasing to the point where these teams now have a greater body of information with which to work. So I think just like we see in other areas of the game, analytics relative to team success, what's a good shot, what's a bad shot, the more information, the better. I think it comes down to an organizational decision. How much stress will we put on the information given by these particular body tracking monitors? I think it's got to be on a case-by-case basis. Certainly, the organizations will use it to the best of their abilities.
But if it helps the game, helps the players stay healthy, gives teams a better compass on how to use the players, I'm all for it.
Me too, Kev. Me too.
And Memphis making a change here. Brooks checked in. For Memphis, they've gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Davis sets a screen. Will it go? Another shot. And there's the nice layup by Johnson.
I'll tell you, good things always come when you've got players who work hard for second chance opportunities.
But they recover it.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession, just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
Brooks misses. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. The shot's good.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Selden passes to Johnson. Johnson draws the double, and it's Brooks in the corner. Passes it to Chalmers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Selden. They get it again.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. He gets it in there. And that's now 20 points for Nerlens Noel.
Well, 6'11", Nerlens Noel, so efficient down deep, working his magic thanks to that great size.
Here's the screen, and the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That'll be his second foul of the game. Doris, the revenue-generating streams for players these days, more endorsements, acting opportunities, event appearances, you name it. What impact do you think that has had on the evolution of guys wanting to play in big markets, big cities?
You know, I think the world is smaller, and so it's not necessarily a requirement to be in a large market in order to have some marketing success. You know, you look at any number of stars, even Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City, he's pitching any number of major company because of the level of talent. So I think it's been a good thing. I think it really comes down to where are these players comfortable. It's much more about organization and opportunity to win than it is city.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
He's guarded by Johnson. Lets the three fly. Hits the three-point bomb.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Memphis has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Simmons dishes to Johnson. Back to Simmons. From deep. Tries again. The shot comes out.
He definitely got nervous at the rim. I mean, he needs to make sure he finishes strong.
Noel wide open. He fires. His three-pointer's off the mark. The Grizzlies shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. And yes, it's good.
I'll tell you, Kev, they wouldn't object if all their looks were that close.
So it's the Mavericks now. Farrell for 3. The shot that time, not on target. And it's Memphis the other way. Selden kicks to Simmons. Wide open look. Simmons missing again. For Dallas, they've gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots.
Oh, that's a tough miss. Does well to get himself open and then botches it up.
Selden passes to Simmons. Here's Selden from past the arc. No good on that one.
A nightmare quarter for this guy. Simply can't buy a bucket.
And Noel throws it down hard.
How about that show of strength from Nerlens Noel? No fear in how he attacks the defense on these shots.
Grizzlies shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Johnson the screen. Outside, Simmons. Brooks from outside. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Here's Noel. No good from outside. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. No one near him. And no good.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but
wow.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. Simmons with it. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Shoots from 12. Again, the Mavericks score.
Well, that's what you call wingspan. Nerlens Noel is so long and so effective poking the ball away and getting the break started.
Outside, Simmons. Out to the right wing. Selden, the basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got assist number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half. And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
I'll tell you, what an effort on the glass. Even with this lead, they're still going all out.
Shoots a 3. Unable to get that one. Dallas has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Here's Noel, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Noel's got 12 now in this quarter. And here is Simmons. Now the pass to Selden. Outside, Simmons. Dishes to Johnson. Memphis moving that ball around. On the wing, Davis. 4 on the clock. Got a piece of it. Off target from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Simmons kicks to Selden. Back to Simmons. He dishes it to Johnson. Brooks from outside. Nailed from three-point land. The Mavericks shooting in the fourth has been tremendous, 59%. And the miss, not the best shot selection there.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
The 3 ball. It's rebounded by Dallas. Farrell's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
The Grizzlies shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. Outside, Simmons. Pass to Selden. 3-pointer. They get the rebound. And Davis can't get it to go. Dallas shooting so well, the offensive execution has been brilliant. 66% from the field. It's good.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Measuring, he's checked in for Dallas. And Memphis also making a switch. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Selden. Davis sets a screen. Knocks it loose. Measuring with the steal. Goes up. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
Davis sets a screen. Here's Simmons. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right, the effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
The Grizzlies shooting a meager 37% for the game. To the inside. Johnson double-teamed. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Kicks to McLemore. Just 5 to shoot. And there's Davis. That's good on the assist from McLemore. McLemore's got 6 assists here tonight. And it's Noel missing.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Mavericks.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
Now here's McLemore outside. Fresh 24 for the Grizzlies. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Knocks down the 3 ball.
I tell you, there are players who can get thrown off when they're that wide open, but this guy keeps his cool and doesn't rush it.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
Well, this is exactly how you put teams away. Late game execution leads to a tremendous win.
Now here's Simmons, guarded closely. Tipped away. To the paint, here's Johnson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Dallas calls timeout. They're ahead. We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
You know, I think it's an opportunity just for the coach to see some execution. Finish this thing out the right way.
Now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Oh, there's no doubt. This crowd is into it, and it's because of how well their guys have played tonight.
Johnson double-teamed. Martin dishes to Chalmers. Back to Martin. Clock at 6. Now Chalmers. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Farrell. Missed. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.